Hey guys, Zhang here, also known as 5-Minute Investor. I've been an individual investor for about 8 years now, and I love to uncover stock opportunities in my free time. The goal of this channel is to share those ideas with you guys. My aim is to condense all of the information and due diligence into a very easy to digest format. So at the end of the video, you should be able to make a pretty informed decision on whether or not you want to buy the stock. All right, so today I'd like to talk about a stock by the name of Context Logic, also known as the parent company behind Wish.com or Wish, probably a company that you guys are much more familiar with. You may have seen Wish's logo on the Los Angeles Lakers jerseys or even used the site yourself. But the elevator pitch is that Wish is an e-commerce company founded in 2010, and they cater towards the working class demographic. So think Amazon for bargain hunters, value conscious shoppers, just anyone who's looking to find a great deal. They have a focus on mobile e-commerce, and their app is actually very clean with a great user interface. And unlike traditional e-commerce sites, they sort of deviate from the conventional search box shopping approach, and they instead use an image first, almost collage style approach that curates a front page for you based on your shopping habits and interests. Amazon actually tried to buy Wish back in 2016 for $10 billion, but the CEO refused. This is a piece of good information to me because it shows that the CEO is committed and thinks the company is worth much more than $10 billion. It kind of reminds me of the early days when Evan Spiegel said no to Mark Zuckerberg when Facebook tried to buy Snapchat for about $1 billion, and now Snapchat is worth almost $100 billion. All right, so why did I buy Wish stock and why do I think you should invest as well? Well, the company IPO'd back in December of 2020, but after IPO, it reached $32 a share. And then from February to today, the stock has just gotten absolutely pummeled. I attribute this largely to the broader sell-off that's happened in growth stocks the past couple months. But honestly, at this point, Wish stock has just gotten beaten down to a level that's not justified. Currently, it's sitting below $8 a share, which means it's lost 2/3 of its value since it IPO'd at $24 a share. And on the surface level, it may seem like Wish stock has been left for dead, but we always have to remember the great Warren Buffett when he said, "Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." Right now, it's time for us to be greedy when everyone else is fearful about Wish stock. All right, let's look at some numbers. Wish has about 100 million monthly active users. They increased revenue by 77% year over year in Q1 of 2021, and they're still one of the top downloaded apps in the world. At the current stock price, Wish's valuation is just north of $5 billion. So it went from like a $15 to $17 billion valued company and now has dropped to a valuation of about $5 billion. With $2.5 billion in annual revenue, the stock is trading at just a 2x sales multiple. This is ridiculously cheap compared to the industry standard. And honestly, guys, this is a bargain. The stock is very undervalued at this point. All right, let's go back to the CEO, Peter Szajewski. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I could have butchered it completely. But one of the things that I like to look for in a company is, who is the CEO and what's he all about? I like to watch YouTube interviews, read up on him, learn his background, because I want to see how committed their leader is. Peter is an ex-Google engineer, and he still owns an 18% stake in the company. This is really good news to me because, as people say, it's important for the founder to be committed and to have skin in the game. And when you still own 18% of the company, that means that it's in your best interest for the company to do well. For comparison, Jeff Bezos owns about 16% in Amazon, and we all know how that story unfolded. Wish also has $1.8 billion of cash on its balance sheet and no debt, so the company is not going anywhere. The one thing that I'll mention is that Wish is not yet profitable. They are spending a lot of money on marketing, but honestly, this is only the first couple innings of this growth story, and there's a lot of growth to be had. If we look at the Wall Street analysts covering the stock, the average price target is $20 a share, with a range of $12 a share all the way up to $30 a share. Now, analyst price targets should always be taken with a grain of salt, but these are people who follow the company and industry very closely, and they're often participating in earnings calls, so they have a very deep understanding of the company and its trajectory. Even at the low end, $12 per share expectation means a 50% return if you buy at the current level of $8 per share. So guys, the potential upside from these levels significantly outweighs the potential downside. Another important thing to note is that in May, Wish hired Jackie Reeses to be their executive chair. Jackie already sat on the board of Wish, but now with this new position, I'm very bullish on the trajectory of the company moving forward. Jackie Reeses is an absolute all-star. She recently served as the capital lead at Square, and she also sits on the board of directors at Pershing Square Tontine Holdings, Bill Ackman's SPAC. I'm an investor in both Pershing Square as well as Square, and I think Jackie is very, very capable and very talented and will help direct this company to new heights. Right now, I have loaded up on shares at the $8 price level, and even if Wish dips a little bit more, I'm just gonna load up on more shares. I've also loaded up on call options that expire January of 2022 at the $10 strike price. I think this is a growth story that is just beginning to unfold. The goal is to buy and hold this stock for a long time, and you can potentially triple your returns with this company. That's all for today, guys. This was my first ever video created. I hope you have a better understanding of Wish stock and why I think you should invest in it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.